La noche se acabó, pero tengo otra vez contigo. Le doy gracias a Dios, siempre pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama, solo tú y un día bonito lleno de alcohol. Tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol. Tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot. Siempre lo pasamos bien lindo, lindo. Un verano contigo lindo, lindo. Me fui de vacaciones, baby, me perdí, buscando el sabor que encontré en ti. Canela con dolor de Bacardi, lo sentí, baby, me tiene desenfocado, viendo doble, bien borracho, demasiado jodido contigo. Pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama, tú y yo. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol. Tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol. Tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot. Un día bonito, bonito. Un día bonito, bonito. Pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama, solo tú y yo. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol. Tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol. Tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol. Tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot.
Hello, everyone. Happy as ever launch day. Wow, what an incredible day it's been. We were refreshing the feed, refreshing the feed. And then finally, I got the email. Let me see. I think it was around 2 this afternoon. UK time. Don't know what time that was for you over in the US. But it absolutely was not an April Fool's. Megan gave us what was promised, and everything sold out within the hour. So if you managed to get something, well done. Unfortunately, shipping is currently only for 50 of the US states. So everybody else is going to have to wait. But if you did manage to get your hands on some, please do give us your review. Lightside managed to get some, so I guess we'll hear some from her. Hear from her what she thinks. I did see one person say that their item had already been shipped. I was like, wow, they're already on it. Okay. Yeah, a lot to get into today. I didn't even manage to get all the slides that I wanted done. I didn't. Megan even posted a video where she was like refreshing her page and like all giddy and excited about it. I just wanted to do like a quick just celebration, I guess, of something we've all been waiting for so long. I am going to do a more detailed video tomorrow, but I wanted to just do something quickly today. Thank you so much, Church Nelly, member for 29 months. Church Nelly, you have literally been here. You're one of the ones that were like the first 1,000. And so thank you so, so much. You are amazing and a great mod as well. Somebody else that I wanted to... Oh, Pelena, you said it's your birthday. Oh, it's your birthday on As Ever Day. Amazing. Well, I started to celebrate from April the 1st. Amazing. Happy birthday to you, Pelena. Did you manage to get some jam or sprinkles? The sprinkles actually went first. And then the limited edition honey. And then the crepe mix. And then I think the last things to go was the tea. Oh, not at all, Vera. Vera, please do check your email. I sent you an email. And also, who else did I email? Elaine. I think there was one other person that was actually meant to email me for the squaddy hooks. 1 or 2 people. I think Dorothy Ross, you were meant to email me as well, or maybe she just doesn't want one. But you were selected, and there was one other person, but I've forgotten. So if I did say that you're one of the people, make sure you email me. But Vera and Elaine, I have definitely emailed you yesterday. Oh, you got the email. Okay, you did get the email, Vera. Okay, fantastic. Well, I think there was somebody else. Oh, Black Queen, member for 16 months. More like 24 months. YouTube reset you, yeah. Was that when I got demonetized? My gosh. Oh, what a ride we have been on this channel. What a ride it's been for Megan. Like, my goodness. Oh. My. All right, let's get into it. We can reminisce another day. The visuals for As Ever, by the way, are just so whimsical. Proper like Insta cafe. Oh my god, guys. As Ever cafes. Where you can have crepes and they serve it to you with the jam. Yes, please, let's just do all the things. Organic As Ever cafes. It could be a whole franchise. And here we are. All the items sold out, sold out, sold out. It looks like they will restock pretty soon because the tab went from sold out to coming soon. Another interesting thing that Megan said on her Instagram, I think it's actually worth noting the language here. Let me just open up Instagram and get it again. She said, Instagram's not loading for me, or do I have it on? Oh, do I have it on the slide? But she basically said seasonal drops. So I'm assuming they'll probably have oh, so she said limited quantities for each seasonal drop. So are they going to have different products for each season and then have like a capsule collection, or is it going to be different items for each season, and are the products going to actually move with the season? So we're only putting stuff in production if the produce is in season. Would anybody have an idea what that could mean? Maybe it's some kind of retail language that I just don't understand, but what does that mean exactly? Limited quantities for each seasonal drop. So you better be quick. Better be quick to get it whenever it goes live. Also, the pricing is interesting to note. When the website had a bit of a leak, all of the prices were set to $25. It's actually a lot less. So the raspberry spread is $9. Raspberry spread with the keepsake is $12. The teas are $12. The crepe mix 14. Flour sprinkles 15. Shortbread cookie mix with flour sprinkles included 14, and limited edition wildflower honey with honeycomb, that's $28. So I think that's pretty affordable. It's actually not that much more pricey than the High Grove marmalades and spreads that they have. So haters keep hating since y'all want to compare. And the packaging is beautiful. It's so thoughtful, very aesthetic. Today, seen in London, one of the jams escaped, was parading through the streets with Mia. Whoever did this, you're hilarious. Because really, Meghan's jam is now the Queen of England, for real. I don't know who did this, but you are hilarious. Also, Meghan added to her Shop My, as seen on Instagram. I think this is absolute genius. So she can actually tag things that she's wearing in her post. This is absolutely fantastic for brand collaborations. Fantastic. That pot set, by the way, I think it's about $900, which is pretty good actually for really, really good cookware, and the whole set as well. I remember years ago, we bought pots for the house. That cost quite a bit. Like they were very expensive, but they have lasted for like 20 years. I remember seeing those pots when I was a little girl, and they're still in the kitchen now. So good pots, even if they cost a bit, they're really worth the money. Not just because it makes your cooking better, but they really do last if it's a good brand. So I'll be interested to have a look at these. Copper cookware. A little bit different from the Le Creuset. And also the clothes that she wears as well. She will be tagging those as well. Some more aesthetic pictures from the launch day. These were also posted as well. Gorgeous. These are taken at Meghan's house. Now, there was also an interview with the New York Times with some new pictures. I'm not going to read this interview just because I found parts of it to be a bit catty, if I'm honest. Rebecca from Duchess of Sussex Instagram page, she actually did a really good breakdown of this interview that maybe I will read her breakdown tomorrow because she took out the best parts. But I personally found it to be a bit catty. If you want to wait for tomorrow and I'll read out the best parts. Otherwise, it is live. There were just some parts of it that I just felt it was just shady, and some parts were just unnecessary. But hey ho, if that journalist wants to ruin her chance of access, that's up to her. The haters are confused fans. Now remember when YM Droid said that Meghan, my father McCain would buy the raspberry jam only to say that she, is giving her a cavity. I mean, here you have Royal News Network, which is one of the hater channels. In fact, I believe that this is the one who Squaddies call Gums because of her big gums. The one that actually met Kate. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is actually her. She wrote online that she had actually purchased some. Somebody messaged her and said, was there even product for sale? I guess we will find out if anyone with credibility posts about it. Why would Meghan put fake products on sale? Why would she do a whole brand launch only to launch fake products? And what do you mean by anyone with credibility? Everyone's buying the jam, everybody who's interested, including Royal News Network, which is meant to be a hater channel. Like, who does that? Mind you, I believe this lady is actually based in the UK. So did somebody buy it on her behalf? Desperate losers indeed. Meghan doesn't need the last laugh. She's been laughing the whole time. Laughing at these fools the whole time. I mean, they sold out. Everything sold out within the hour. Hardy har har har. In the New York Times article, by the way, Meghan does talk about her grandmother, her family. Meghan also posted a video today with Doria. That's baby Meghan with her grandmother. She also created a dessert and named it after Lily. So there are some good parts of that article, by the way, and I'll read out the good parts tomorrow. It's just the catty parts just stood out to me and irritated me, and I was like, I'm not gonna focus on that energy for today. Right, I'll go to your comments and then I will end with a few other details, and then, like I said, today's going to be a very short one. Hello and blessings to you, Eleanor. Hi, Elaine. If you didn't hear me at the start, please make sure to respond to the email that I sent you. Oh, thank you so much, Black Queen. Suggesting to Meghan to make a chocolate souffle or mousse recipe and name it chocolate for Archie or Archie's dirty fur. Oh, hilarious. I'm sure there's so much to come. Next launch should be on the weekend, so we can all get a chance. Yeah, on the weekday it was some people are working. I mean, I always assumed that for the launch they would probably limit how much people could get the first time, just so they can, you know, from a e-commerce perspective, so they can gauge the traffic, the load, you know, how much they're actually looking at having to handle at once. So I'm sure the next drop there will be a lot more available. I mean, there are currently 1,000 people on a waiting list to get a $950 dress that Meghan wore in the show. So what more? Some bottles of jam and sprinkles. Oh, the impossible! You managed to get the crepe mix, the cookie mix, and sprinkles. Lovely. Well, and Louis raspberries are seasonal. Marcia, and fruits are seasonal in the US. Okay, so do you think she'll drop them with the seasons then? Waiting for a perfume? Yes. I think if she was going to do a perfume, I see her signing like a deal with Coty or one of the big cosmetics companies, either directly with Coty, and it would probably be with them because that's who everybody signs their perfume deal with because they're like the biggest, or maybe with like a big brand like Dior, and then be the face of a perfume. Could be one or the other. Oh, a cookbook for sure. I mean, listen, we're doing everything. We're doing a cookbook. Sky is the limit. I don't think there's anything that Meghan can't do at this point. Cookbook, perfume, as ever cafes. I'm putting it out there. If anybody from Archwell is listening, I want as ever cafes. License them out, Antoinette, and it could mean based on harvest, based on products. Yeah, I'm assuming so too. I mean, that's a very sustainable way of doing things. When the notification is for the jam, yes. Lady, you got the raspberry spread with the keepsake, the teas. Some Doreen just stole the honey out of your car. By the way, you cannot cancel the order once it's gone through, and you also can't return the items. Hi, Carrie Ann, so happy that you caught alive. So I'm so glad that they did that, just in case some stupid hater tried to troll. Yeah, Lewis, I think the pricing is pretty reasonable. I think it's pretty reasonable. At the end of the day, it's still a business. I have to make profit. Lisa, Fumi mentioned you on her channel. I don't know if it's me or Duchess of Sussex Rebecca on Instagram. Was it me or her? I'll double check. Thank you for letting me know. But I think it may have been her. I don't think it was me. But I do know Fumi, and I absolutely love her. I watch her. I do watch her videos sometimes. I will go and check. Thanks for letting me know. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. So much appreciated. Oh, you purchased a cookware set. Lovely. That's the thing. It's like when you know that somebody like Megan, who's so good at curating things and is so mindful, recommends something, it's a recommendation that you trust because she's not new to this. She's true to this. Vera, all my pots and pans are made of top quality stainless steel. They last forever too. Yeah. Good pans are the best investment for your kitchen. Yeah, it's only sold in the US so far. Unfortunately. But she has Netflix as a partner. I'm so sure it won't even be a year that we have to wait. We will be able to get shipping. Oh, yes, the dog with grandma. I did not notice that. That is adorable. Absolutely adorable. Elaine, you haven't got an email. Have you checked? Oh, what, from me? Hang on a sec. I sent it about 11 hours ago. So double check. Maybe it went to your junk mail. Maybe it went to your junk mail. Just double check, babe. If not, I'll try emailing you again. Oh, Belle, yeah, do you know what? This came up on my feed. Somebody posted like a screenshot or something from the High Court, but I haven't had a moment to actually read into this, which is why I'm not going to talk about it now. I did see this come up on my feed, and it also now makes sense maybe why all of this stuff with Sophie suddenly blew up amongst, all of the other things that they'd want to distract from Meghan's success, Harry's success as Invictus. But this is big news. But because I didn't get a chance to actually read the court docs, that's why I'm not mentioning this now. But thank you, El Bell, just for bringing it up, and I will look into it properly for tomorrow's podcast, so I can talk about it in detail and with proper detail. Oh, traveler, I didn't get one thing. Well, nobody outside of the US did. So, Wendy, you said the launch shipping in America was the testing ground. Get all the kinks and issues out and products in demand. First baby steps, then giant steps, going global, smart business model. Exactly. It's not easy expanding, especially, when you've got a big brand like this. Yes, you've got the audience and the customers, which is what most brands actually don't have. Customer acquisition is one of the hardest parts, but making sure the chain works properly, that is also important when you've got a lot of customers to serve. Rahini, you're sure that Megan, my father McCain, bought a case of jam? Oh, it's hilarious. Okay. Last thing I wanted to mention, a few more details with this crazy lady. It is looking more and more like that money may have, for the lawyers listening, been embezzled to so-called consultants in Sophie Chandauka's circle. And we touched on this yesterday, who that could have been. This lady here, Sarah Eason, who was a consultant for Sentebale, has now apparently deleted her Insta, and also her brother, Sophie herself, has deleted her Instagram, and also the consultancy firm, Lebec PR, has also apparently deleted their Instagram, which I don't understand because their website is still. Let me just check actually. Could be wrong about that. Allow. Yeah, they've deleted their Instagram, which I don't understand because their website is still there. So why have they just deleted their? I've checked just now, by the way. They have indeed deleted their Instagram. So I'm wondering if they think that there's anything incriminating on their Instagram. Interesting. I'm wondering maybe if there's anyone in this company who took that money knowing that something dodgy was going on. You know, it's one thing if she just gave it to a PR firm and was just misusing money because she just wasn't smart with money and she just gave it to a PR firm. It's another thing if she was giving it to individuals as a way of embezzling money. Right, I'm gonna try and read this if my internet will cooperate, and then we will wrap things up. See if I can. Okay. See if I can get it on my computer instead, because my phone is acting funny. But you know, her whole story is really just starting to fall apart. It's also interesting how quiet she's gone. I mean, she's scrubbing all of her social media. People associated with her are scrubbing their social media. She's clearly got something to hide. I'm also wondering if, aside from the fact that they probably just wanted Sophie and her associates to, basically hang themselves with their own words, which Sophie definitely did with that Sky News interview. But the quietness on both sides is quite something. I'm also just wondering if Harry's side, just to let Meghan's launch go off without, any more added distraction, which I think is a good thing. And we've really just been able to focus on the launch today, if that's also possibly why he's been quiet. But I'm sure that because the lawyers are looking at this, that's also a huge part of it. And I think that she absolutely should not be able to get away with this, because at the end of the day, this is children, as we spoke about this yesterday. Thank you so much, by the way, everybody who did come to the podcast. Have not had 1,000 in the chat for a long time, and everybody who contributed. Okay, so this is finally loaded. Sorry, that took a while. So let's have a read of this. The chair of Prince Harry's charity has spent more than 400,000 on consultant fees since she took on the post in early July 2023. This is from the Times, by the way. Sophie Chandauka has been involved in a bitter war of words after several trustees, including the Duke of Sussex, resigned from Sentebale, the charity Harry founded in honor of his late mother. Chandauka, a Zimbabwe-born lawyer, publicly accused the charity's former patrons and trustees of a cover-up and accused Harry of bullying, and that Harry put donors off after his move from the UK. Absolutely nonsense. We have already gone through the financials, and funding actually went up, despite also the fact that that was during COVID. Chandauka has now shut down her social media accounts amid allegations of online bullying and RS trolls. She was called a fraud and accused of jumping on a bandwagon of hate by users professing support for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. A spokesman for Sentebale said Dr. Chandauka, by the way, the doctorate is honorary only, deleted her Twitter account due to the proliferation of online bullying. Do you know, I find it so interesting how threatened these people are by the Sussex Squad. And the Sussex Squad is a force in its own. We raise so much money for charity. We do a lot to expose a lot of the media lies. But in the wider scope of things, in comparison to the hate machine, even not even the press, but even the online trolls who make a living hating Harry and Meghan. In comparison, the Sussex Squad platforms are still much smaller. So to call us, the Sussex machine, when the hate machine, both the mainstream press and online trolls, are so much more louder, I just find it hilarious how scared they are of us. But it just shows, despite the fact that we may take up less space, we're still having an impact. Otherwise, they wouldn't be worried at all. I mean, some of these hate channels, Meghan hate channels, they've got 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 subscribers. I think Baron has the biggest channel in the space. What's Baron on now? Like 60, 70,000? Even Hugo, at his biggest, before he stopped, had maybe 170,000 followers, subscribers. So I find it hilarious that they're so scared of us. Anyway, in total, between June 2023 and January 2025, the organisation spent £427 on media and website consultants, a higher expenditure than during previous years. It is understood that the board at the time signed off on the expenditure. And perhaps it was just the fact that they really trusted this woman and they didn't think that she was a liar. And I think that I think when Sophie says, well, the board, or when she suggests that the board actually signed off on this, it was probably because they genuinely trusted her and genuinely thought that she knew what she was doing. They may not have known at the time how shady what they were signing off was. The highest bill was for £185,000, which was paid to Lebec, a woman-led strategy firm founded by Alex Lebec, a former asset manager who has held leadership roles at the World Bank, Clinton Global Initiative, and Water.org. The source said that Lebec conveyed a reception, panel discussion, and intimate dinner at the Zaitenia restaurant at the Ritz-Carlton in Miami South Beach in April last year to highlight Sentebale's impactful work. At the event, Alex Lebec was seen sitting alongside Harry and Chandauka in a panel discussion entitled Potential is Waiting. Harry told guests at the Florida event that Africa is in my heart and Africa is in my soul. Now, something that I just want to say here, this whole issue of this event being held at the Ritz-Carlton. Harry, I think, has proven that he is really about doing impactful work. That it doesn't really matter that a reception is at the Ritz-Carlton. That's really for the donors that like these things, that like to be invited to these things, to get them in for them to give them money. I don't think Harry really cares about Ritz-Carlton receptions. However, people like Sophie Chandauka and a lot of these people that work in these PR firms, they love the Ritz and the glamour of it. They live for it. Whether or not impact is created, a lot of marketing money is actually wasted with these big consultation firms to create glitz and glamour, but the impact is actually quite minimal. And obviously, if someone like Alex Lebec, if she's given a big paycheck, she's going to take it. And I do think that Sophie was not just potentially, allegedly embezzling money, that she was also doing these things for her profile. To continue, one of the guests at the dinner was Ian Rawlinson, who was appointed as a new trustee last week. Rawlinson, who on Sunday was seen sitting next to Chandauka, as she told Sky News that the organisation was responsible for harassment and bullying, has also been paid by the charity. Ian Rawlinson, has received £24,000 for his consultancy services and is said to be owed a further £66,000. Oh, so that's why he was out here sitting next to her. Money. This is someone, by the way, who owns Rawlinson Partners. Go to their website, see what they're involved in, by the way. Some mighty interesting stuff. That is just shocking to me. And this guy is connected to Prince William. He received 24,000 for his consultancy services and is said to be owed a further 66,000. Well, no wonder he was willing to sit next to her, just in case she opened her gob and said the wrong thing. They're all in on it. That's why he was at that dinner. Because Sophie was funneling him money. Was she funneling anybody else money? I think we need to look at other people on the board. The Miami event was followed by an event in Johannesburg in October. So that's the one that happened in Joburg. And Ian Rawlinson, I believe, was at that one too. The second event featured a panel discussion moderated by Chandauka and featuring Harry, Alex, Lebec, Stacey Boyd, founder and chief executive of Olivella. Now, oh my gosh, okay, so I was going to talk about this yesterday, this Olivella. This is a luxury retailer that raises money for girls' education. They are now no longer partnered with Sentebale. That's what I forgot to mention yesterday about that brand. They're no longer on the Sentebale is no longer on their website. And also Hector Mujica, a Google executive. The event was organized with strategic advice from Lebec and Rawlinson, the charity said at the time. Global Philanthropic, a funding consultancy where Rawlinson had served as both director and chair, also received 21,000 from Sentebale during this period. Oh my God. Global Philanthropic, a fundraising consultancy where Rawlinson had served as both director and chair, also received 21,000 from Sentebale during this period. Sarah Easton, a consultant who is reported to have worked closely with Chandauka and Morgan Stanley, was paid 41,000. This lady. And remember, all of this is money that's not going to the children. Another consultant, Dwayne White, who worked at the Black British Business Awards, which was founded by Chandauka in 2014, received 26,000 during this period. Y'all. And that charity, by the way, so-called charity, is in debt itself. Other payments included 41,000 to Media consultant and 12,000 to an unnamed website consultant. Who's the unnamed website consultant? Such high spending on consultants is understood to have created tension within the organization as it made a transformation to shift its focus towards Africa. Wider Africa, they mean, not just Lesotho and Southern Africa. A source closer to the situation said all of a sudden there were huge amounts being spent on consultants and they didn't feel like there was anything to show for it. Well, exactly. It was hoped that they would bring in lots of fundraising, but that didn't happen. To spend nearly 500,000 on consultants at a charity that raises around 1.5 million a year seemed ludicrous. It was ludicrous from the beginning. And now it's starting to look like they probably just trusted her and realized they were getting nowhere. And then when they realized they were getting nowhere, now okay, let's connect the dots. Who is she paying? Who is she actually getting to do this work? And you know something? There are many companies, big companies, that throw money around, that can afford to throw money around, where Sophie would actually get away with this, by the way. Sentebale was not that company. This was a charity focused on real impact. And I think she misunderstood that completely. And was also just very greedy and nasty, caring about herself. When a deal with a potential donor fell through in December, many of the trustees began to think that her strategy wasn't working. It is understood that Chandauka raised the money for the consultants separately and that the Lebec arrangement helped to connect the charity with US philanthropists and led to conversations that are said to be ongoing. White said that the information obtained by the Times was incorrect. Sentebale spokesperson said In November 2023, Sentebale engaged Lebec and a team of 6 consultants to provide tools and strategic guidance on how to better prepare for entry in the US marketplace and build credibility. Over the course of a 12-month engagement, Lebec successfully delivered against every single deliverable, including facilitating 65 key connections with potential strategic partners, connectors, advisory board members, and funders. That's corporate talk for nothing was done. That's corporate talk for nothing was done. 65 key connections, but no new donors came on. Connections don't mean donors. The relationships were transferred to Sentebale with Lebec when Lebec completed its formal engagement in October 2024, on the understanding that Sentebale would nurture these relationships to support its fundraising and impact efforts. Lebec, Rawlinson, Global Philanthropic, and Eason were approached for comment. Obviously, they didn't respond, did they? Y'all, they were all there. You go. There you have it. Cat's out of the bag. Cat's out of the bag. Thank you so much, Kevon Slims. So now Megan is snubbing the UK with her role. Thanks for the super chat. I don't think she's snubbing the UK with her rollout. I just think they're taking it one marketplace at a time. She has to grow her business. Can't just throw everything in there. Well, there you have it. Now the Ian Rowlandson link is explained. The Sarah Eason link is explained. Apparently there was an unknown web consultant. We still don't know who that is. There you have it. The mystery is solved. This is why she's scrubbing the internet. This is why she's quiet. This is why Harry and the lawyers are quiet. She's toast. Okay. Yeah, Wendy, just because they deleted their profiles, it's too late. There's a footprint. There's a footprint. There's nothing she can do. Now, that said, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how the law works. Could she, if she can say, well, they signed it off and these people were hired as consultants, would it be, is there room to charge her for embezzlement? Or would she be able to get away with it? I don't, somebody who's a lawyer would have to explain. I guess we'll see. This will all start to play out. Yeah, she started the fight. She didn't have to go on Sky News. And she was also given the opportunity to quietly walk away. But she chose to go on the biggest news network in the United Kingdom. This lady isn't okay. She isn't okay. Accusing people of bullying when you just robbed hundreds of children of money that they're owed, of resources that they're owed. Jesus. Someone from another podcast read something saying that her brother and the other lady from the company were consultants for Sentebale. Yeah, well, I mean, they were probably reading this article that I just read. But didn't we call it from the very beginning? Did we not call it? My. Okay, I would love to read through more of your comments, but it is going to 2 a.m. I've got 2 events tomorrow. I'm exhausted. So I'm going to let y'all go. No, thank you for always being here, Gwen. Yes, they do know nothing is ever lost on the internet because, believe me, several people copied the information. As we say, she's dumber than a road lizard. Indeed. And with that, I think we will end. Enjoy the rest of the day, folks. If you're still in daylight hours, what a glorious day it's been, actually. What a glorious day it's been. Can't wait for As Ever to restock. Can't wait for more drops. Can't wait for international shipping. All good things are coming to us in 2025. And on top of all of that, we've still got the Confessions of a Female Founder coming next Tuesday. So lots of great things to look forward to. All right, I'm not going to play the outro music. I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.